Hi everyone. So I thought the craft this week could be a little bit more exciting, so I'm going out into my little garden to dig some soil. I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so here's my garden. There's Roops, he's hoping I'll throw his ball for him. There it is, I'll just give it a little kick. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a bit of soil that looks a bit loose. Okay, so what you're going to need is one of these split pot yogurts if you've got any. If not, just a normal yogurt pot will do. I'm just going to put that there for a minute. Rupert, move away. And I'm going to get a spoon, just a normal spoon out of the kitchen. But make sure you ask your parents before you do this, because they might not be too chuffed if you use a spoon that's important to them. So I'm going to just dig a bit of soil like this. What we're going to do is I'm going to dig some soil and I'm going to put it in my split pot. Okay, so you might need to break it up a little bit because it goes a bit chunky, doesn't it? This is just normal soil at your garden. If you haven't got a garden, maybe when you go on your walk, you can take a little yogurt pot with you and a spoon and maybe just dig a little bit of soil out of a park somewhere. We're not using a lot of soil, just enough to fill a bit of the yogurt pot. It's taking them longer than I thought, to be honest. It's making a bit of a hole, isn't it? Okay, so put that in like that, just fill it up like that. Perfect. Okay, so this is what you're going to need for your craft this week. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need either some lolly sticks, or you could use twigs out of the garden. I've used lolly sticks and a little bit of garden twine. This is bamboo skewers, you know what you cook barbecue on sometimes. So I've cut up some of those. Again though, you could use twigs out your garden. And you're going to need maybe a couple of stones out your garden, or maybe even just one big one, depending on whether you can find a big one, and some felt tip pens and some glue. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this into an Easter garden. So this part of the yogurt pot is the tomb, and this part is the garden around it. Okay, so what I've done is I've already made one flower, so let me show you that. So basically all I've done is I've taken one of these little bamboo skewer things, and I've literally drawn a little flower, cut it out, stuck it on the stick and stuck it in the earth. Now what I've done with my flower, because it was quite hard to stick that little bit of paper, I've done it back to back so that you can kind of stick the paper together, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put that back in there. I'm going to show you how I made my flower. It's really, really easy. You guys will be able to do something much more adventurous than this. So I literally got my felt tip pen. That's my middle of my flower. And this is my petals. And you need to make 2 of those. So I'll do some different colours. 2 for each flower that's going to stand up in your garden. Let me get the other colour. So we're going to do the petals again, and then you're going to cut it out and stick it on one of these and stand it up in your garden. Okay, so there we have a couple of flowers for our garden. The next thing you're going to need for your Easter garden is a cross. Now I've used a normal lolly stick. I cut about 1/3 off the top of it, so you'll need your parents' help for this. And then I used this garden wire, and all I've done is wrapped it round. Okay, so you're going to need to cut off the little excess bits that you can see. So I'll do that and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so there we have our cross, and we're going to put that in our garden as well. So let me stick that in there, okay? Now you can do as many flowers as you want. I've just done 2 because I'm just showing you how we do it. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our stones and we're going to put them in front of the tomb. Now, obviously, they're not quite big enough, but I think we get the idea, don't we? Okay, so all I've done is I've done the same as I did with the bigger flowers, the smaller flowers, sorry, but just made them a bit bigger. You just stick a bit of glue on the back and then stick them onto your yogurt pot. There we go. And you can, I'm sure, make them look way better than this. I think that you guys are so creative. So that's almost finished. There's just one more thing to add to our little garden. Okay, so can you see inside our tomb now? You and I know that's just a bit of folded paper, but actually what it's meant to be is the folded grave clothes. So the cloth that Jesus was wrapped in when he died, well, when he came back to life again, he didn't need them anymore, so he left them in the empty tomb. So you might be able to find a little scrap of material or something that you could put in there. So there we have our miniature Easter garden. Maybe if any of you have got any little grass seeds or cress seeds, you can put them in the soil and see if they'll grow over the next few days. It might be that you haven't got a split pot yoghurt, but you've just got a normal yoghurt. That's absolutely fine as well. You can still do the same, you just won't have the little tomb bit. I'm sure you could attach a little bit of paper onto the side actually and see if that works. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed our craft for today and I hope you'll have a good crack at it. I'm excited to see what you create, so send me some pictures of your Easter gardens and we'll get them on Facebook and we can all see what each other have made, which would be really nice, wouldn't it? Hope you have a great rest of your Easter Sunday and eat a bit of chocolate for me because I haven't got any. See you soon.